Hey friends. Well, we had a little, what I would call a holiday coda today. A bunch of cousins came over, just kind of hung out. I got to play some jazz tunes with a member of the family who's a fantastic jazz trumpeter. Been a while since I did that kind of playing, and so it was just felt like the perfect little off ramp back into life. And what I've been paying attention to, where my focus has been for the last maybe 48 hours or so, but especially this morning as I was getting up, getting rolling on the day, I found, I've been, obviously, it's the end of 2022, beginning of 2023. I've been sort of letting myself evaluate where the past year has taken me, and also formulate where I want things to go next. And I would say something that's come through really clearly is that my own intentionality, my own purpose is something that I haven't felt fully connected to over the past year. I'm starting with the criticism. And I think I can give you a laundry list of reasons for that, but I would say the takeaway is not only is that an area where I can improve, but also that's an area where I know what I need to do to improve. It's something that it's actually not outside my control. How could it be, right? How could our purpose, how could following and implementing our own intentions be something that's outside of our control? It's kind of like the ultimate thing that's within our control. And but the reason why we don't always do that, the reason why so many of us maybe feel, I don't know if I'm on track with my purpose, or I don't even know what my purpose is, or I know what my purpose is, but I just don't know how to follow it, is that when we start to go there, there's fear. There's fear of loss. There's fear of giving up the things that our ego has kind of gotten used to taking solace in. And so I know that it's not as simple as, well, this is just something that I should automatically know how to do. I'm aware that I actually have to kind of install this as a almost like a meditation, in the same way that yoga or qigong are physical practices where my attention goes into my body, goes into the energetics and the physical tissue, the physical nerve, bodily awareness, and meditation brings my mind to a place of stillness, and to a place when it's working, when I manage to get deep in meditation, bring me to a place where what I'm conscious of is consciousness itself, and there's a real impression or perception of presence. In that same way, purpose is simply a territory. I think it's part reading ability. In other words, reading my own karma and discovering what is called for, what action is called for, what inaction is called for. And so it's part receptive and it's part active. Because once some of that is clear, or even if it's not, even if it's not exactly clear what the next steps are, choosing and deciding on certain things that I know are important and simply committing to movement on those things is entirely within my control, right? It is entirely within my control whether or not I finish the musical that I've been working on for many years now. Entirely within my control. It often feels to me as though that's something that might just hopefully be magically bestowed upon me and I'll just land at the end of that process. Kind of, I'm doubtful that it'll work out that way. It's something that is entirely within my own control. And so what was showing up this morning as I was kind of connecting with this and going through my own practices and, that moment, maybe you've all had this experience of the gates just opening, like my mind just opened up and I started to see, feel, oh yeah, this is the direction. What was showing up was making concerted and genuine progress on my own creative project, and really settling into my role as a teacher and being willing to devote time and energy not just to the work itself, but to expanding the work, to articulating my methodology, because I have one and I'm enthusiastic about creating a kind of template for myself. There's some things that I've learned over the last couple of years of doing coaching with folks and doing not really creative collaboration, but kind of it's a creative coaching. The way I do it is really it's kind of like it's limited collaboration in that I'm not a full collaborator, but I'm an experienced collaborator. I'm somebody who's done a lot of the kind of work that my clients and students are doing. And so I'm batting the ball back and forth with them, kind of like a tennis coach, playing the game with them, and then hopefully setting them up to be able to go and play the game on their own and make their own progress, create their own value. But I've learned so many lessons, really kind of concrete zingers of insight have come through about how that works, both in the creative process itself and then in the teaching process of the creative process, feeling what happens emotionally and psychologically. I feel like I've done a PhD in that over the last couple of years. And I'm excited to codify that and to actually lay down a track, lay down a system that I can continue to follow myself and use, so that the work I'm doing becomes even more conscious and even deeper, even more effective. And hopefully create something where, by sharing the map, I can empower other people to go and explore that territory, to go and be in their most authentic, most vulnerable, but also most empowered selves, and live that way, live those principles, live from that energetic place. And I mean, that's something that when I see someone's eyes light up, when I see someone really resonate with the joy and the excitement of feeling inspiration come through, inspiration is unmistakable. It's unmistakable. And when we learn to recognize it and then cultivate it, not simply have it, but really cultivate it. So like a message, those gates open, and that information, that intelligence starts coming through. We don't just sit back and sort of like enjoy the show. We know how to funnel it into life, so that now all of a sudden we're surfing it. We're riding the waves. We're moving. Life is, the waves of energy that are coming through us, the inspiration that's coming through us is propelling us forward. I mean, the moments and the projects where that has happened to me are just, it's the best. It's the best. It's so much fun, and it's such a rush to realize that we have that potential. So that's what's coming through. That's what I'm being led to take on. And I think it may inform what happens with this post. It may take me to a place where the next step that is happening in everything I'm doing is also reflected here. So that's where I've arrived today, folks. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Hope your new year is off to a fantastic start. Much, much love. I'll see you soon.